Hi out there in the YouTube world, it is me, the Puzzle Master, and in this video I'm going to be going over how astrology is not evil. And nowhere in the Bible does it say it is evil, and it is a sacred science that involves the wheels of nature. Like, time, it's all sacred, and it's really only been because of the churches through wanting control over the minions. Like, if you do your homework on the computer, you could type this in yourself. Like, many kings, they did use astrologers. Like, I have this book called the Astronomica, and it's written like 2,000 years ago, and by Marcus Manilius, and it really shows how, like, people who are noble and intelligent did know astrology back then. This is before the television, okay? But only noble people could afford the education in order to find out what it truly meant for them and how they could better themselves with the astrological application. Now, it was originally, and even in China, do your homework, okay? Because you cannot just rationalize a feeling and say, oh, well, I feel that, like, it's wrong because, well, no crap. If you grew up in, like, a church or something where everyone was telling you that, like, tarot and anything that, like, is divination, like a tool in nature, because, like, everything out here, like, everything, knock on wood, the wood itself, every fabric of everything, like, the fiber of the universe's being is good. So, yeah, you could use those kind of tools for bad if you wanted, but, like, you could use anything for tools. You could pick up a rock off the ground and smash someone in the head, and that, that's bad, but that's your intention of the device, you know what I mean? Like, but a lot of this stuff, if you're using it for, like, inner self-development, it's awesome for personal growth, because you'll get to know yourself better, and when you understand yourself better, like in the lens that you kind of like see the world through, when you know your lens, then you kind of know, it doesn't show you how everyone else sees at all, but it does help to give you some understanding of how you rationalize things that occur in your life. And yeah, as I was saying, in China and stuff, the not the kings, but you know what I mean, like the kings, the royals, the elite, they had their own astrologers, and it was actually forbidden for commoners to have astrological implications. That was only for royal family. And original birth charts, or natal charts, however you've heard them, were originally used for royalty. Like, they would use it for kind of like casting general events of the world, but they didn't just zoom in to every single individual and be like, oh, let's see your natal chart, your natal chart, your natal chart, your natal chart. No, it was more like they just studied the king's natal chart, because they were all trying to protect the king. Why? I don't know. Because they, back in the day, like in previous ages, we were more male dominant, like when it comes in terms of, like, men have kind of ruled the world, and there has been this divine suppression of the feminine, a suppression of the divine feminine, and it's really suppressed the intuitive and the loving, kind, nurturing aspects of, like, motherhood. And a lot of this, in nurturing, in motherhood, you really have to understand yourself, and I think that is very important for people to understand that it's not negative. And everyone on the planet, like, through my own research, I've studied this for a long time, and I've done natal horoscope readings for a bunch of people, like over 100 probably, like literally, like it's crazy. And they're accurate, okay? I know that through my own research. How much research have you truly done when it comes to, like, scientific observations? Or are you just trusting the scientific observations of the ruling elite who, as I've just explained to you, have been using this stuff for thousands of years? And it's more of a cultural thing where, through the television, how we see the world has to be projected, and that we have to emulate that. But yeah, this whole New Age thing and the age of Aquarius. Aquarius is all about other people. They're very sharing, kind, giving, and about the relationships between other people in kind of a detached nature. Meaning it isn't about your ego. It's not about yourself. You have to learn to let go of that. And in the flow that brings, it's going to bring great things. Because understanding that everyone sees the world differently means that I know that no one out there, I'm not talking to myself, no one out there is really going to understand truly what I'm trying to project. In the way, because our filters, our mental filters are also different. But that doesn't mean you just give up, lay down your arms and become, give up. That's why through communication we have to try to bridge this border that has been really heavily implemented through dictatorship and dogmas, through either government or the church or, my favorite, the television. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little video, and I'll see you in my next one. Subscribe and like this if this is the first one you've ever seen, and I hope you don't mind my intros and outros, because they're clearly not changing. Bye.